show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey there, welcome back everyone. It's fantastic to be back in the live stream again today. Really excited. 2026 is well underway and lots of exciting things happening this year. So today we're going to talk a little bit about ESP Home, some of the projects that I'm doing with ESP Home. There seems to be a lot of interest with people developing their own sensors. We're also going to talk a little bit about CES. I'm not sure if any of you guys are there at the moment or you've been in the past. It'd be really interesting to see or have your thoughts on CES. But first of all, just a big shout out. I'm just going to move this over here. Just a big shout out to my channel members. We've got 2 channel members that have almost been with me for a year now, which is super appreciated. We've got Johnny Bergdahl and Iago Medeiros. Thank you so much, guys. We've also got Nathan Boatwright. He's been almost 9 months as well with me. And Hill Phantom, my latest member, he's been with me for 3 months. Really, really appreciate it, guys. It is just amazing having you guys on board. And yeah, look forward to another year moving forward with all of you. Now, today, talking about our ESP Home. So I've been doing a number of projects, and I thought what I'd kick off with today is just having a look at I've been doing some surveys recently around ESP Home. I'm assuming you can see that. Yep, looks like it. Okay. So going back, where did we go back? Presents. All right. Going back about 12 days ago, just around Christmas time, what I did was I ran a bit of a survey having a look at what sort of sensors you guys are thinking of implementing in the new year. And by far the most required or interest in a sensor is for presence sensing. So out of the 5 choices we had there, we had energy monitoring, we had water leaks, we had presence, and we had air quality. So presence was almost 50% of the group. So quite interesting to see. I think it's because at the end of the day, presence obviously really helps you to automate things around your house rather than creating dashboards and pressing buttons to turn the lights on and off. I think that's presence. People are really interested in presence, and especially now with the integration of these millimeter wave presence sensors, we're just able to do a much better job of measuring presence. Another thing that I asked was really interesting is, what smart home protocol are you finding to be the most reliable? So Zigbee won out by far with 61%. Then we had Wi-Fi, then Z-Wave, and right at the back there, only 5% was Matter. Now, perhaps I should have broken that down to Matter over Wi-Fi, Matter over Thread. But yeah, pretty clear that Matter people are still very wary of Matter. Personally, my thoughts, I've recently implemented Matter over Thread running with the latest ZBT2 from Home Assistant, and I've been playing with those new sensors from IKEA. It's been fantastic. It's been solid, no dramas at all. Another question that I asked people was, what type of smart home device are you looking at buying? So by far, sensors came out right on top at 59%, followed by security cameras, then RGB lighting, and third was other. No one named anything in the other comment. Now, after having a look at presence sensing, I was interested to know which are the brands that people are buying. So it looks like Everything Presence One is leading the charge there at the moment. I recently installed that graphical user interface for Everything Presence One, and I was pretty impressed. You should go and try that out for yourselves. Then in second place, we've got Aquara. Third place, we've got DIY at 21% and Apollo at fourth place. Now, I'm really interested to know why DIY sensors are so low, because for me, the DIY is, look, it took me a while to do a DIY presence sensor, but since I've done it, it has just been fantastically simple and the results are just amazing. All right, and Johnny is with us. Welcome. I just had to replace the batteries in my SwitchBot water leak sensors. Not impressed by the battery life. Less than a year, even though they are Bluetooth. Wow, that's pretty interesting, Johnny. Just remind me what batteries those SwitchBot water leak sensors run on. Are they AAAs? I do have one here, but I honestly can't remember what battery that is on. But what I'm very interested to see is, so that's running on Bluetooth. What I'm really interested to see is these new Matter over Thread devices that I've been testing recently from IKEA. They've got the whole range of sensors pretty much, super cheap, less than $10 a sensor. And the water leak sensor runs on AA batteries. Now, IKEA sells a pack of 4 AAA double rechargeable cells and super cheap. Yep, so Johnny is saying 2 AAAs. Yeah, so that is exactly what I thought, Johnny. So that is interesting because it's going to be very interesting to see how this Matter over Thread battery life is compared to the Bluetooth of SwitchBot there, and also compared to Zigbee. I've got a number of the third reality Zigbee sensors, which seem to have been pretty good on batteries so far. But I think what'll be quite good is to set up fully charge some batteries and then put them into the third reality, into the SwitchBot, and into the IKEA. Put them in all three into water leak sensors and see which one is going to win. So I will do that after this live stream. I'll do that and we can see exactly how it turns out, because I'm pretty interested to see what the results. I don't know, Johnny, have you got any idea about which one is going to win out there? I'll be really interested to know. I'm sure we'll see soon. Now, recently I put up a little project I did with ESP Home. I have this ducting which runs my ventilation system at home. It's 120 mils wide, and I wanted to create a sensor that would measure the airflow in this duct, the volume of the airflow. So I managed to find a sensor. It's pretty expensive, about 120 New Zealand dollars, maybe 60 US dollars, from SparkFun. It's a really good quality sensor and it works really well. I've just put up a video about that. People were asking me how I was going to mount it in the pipe. So I will be doing a video, but I thought I'd show you guys on the live stream today something that a good friend of mine designed, a 3D printed little box or a mount to mount the sensor inside of this airflow pipe. So basically it's a little sensor. It's about that size. It's already installed at the moment, but I thought I'd show you the first prototype. So what he's done is created at the top here a little box with a case on it for the ESP32 to sit in there like that. And then the cables basically run through here and the sensor sits on the top there. And then what happens is you basically cut a square like that or an oblong section into the pipe. And then this literally just pressure fits in there. Being a polystyrene pipe, it fits really nice. I cut it so that it fits quite tightly. Long term, I might seal that with a bit of sealant. But yeah, these are the sort of cool things that you can build if you have a 3D printer and ESP Home, and you've got a little bit of time on your hands and you're willing to build sensors. So really interested to know what your guys' thoughts are about ESP Home and whether you'll be building something soon. Now, the next project, so I asked people in ESP Home over here what they were interested in building, And by far, where was the ESP Home? Let's have a look here. Which sensor do you want to build? So first of all, came out millimeter wave presence sensor. 50% of people said they wanted me to build a millimeter wave presence sensor, followed by air quality particulate monitoring. So I've got a little, I don't know where it is now, but I've got a particulate monitor and a CO2 monitor and things that I'm going to be using to build a DIY particulate monitoring. But honestly, now with the new IKEA sensors, you literally cannot build it for the price that they are selling it. To buy a particulate monitor and a CO2 monitor, you're going to be paying well above the $30 that they are selling it at, which is pretty crazy that they've launched these sensors at this price. But getting back to the sensor that I have just built, and I will be releasing a video soon about, is this little guy. This is my millimeter wave DIY sensor, and you'll see that I've printed a little casing. Only problem with the casing is that the ball joint is really loose at the back here, so it doesn't really fit really well, but there must be a way for me to increase the size of this little ball joint so that it will sit in there and actually be a little bit tighter. But anyway, I downloaded this from a guy called, I think he's Fixit or something. I will be linking a description, a link to his 3D printed case, because I really like this case, and you're going to see just now inside how everything fits together. All right, Johnny, what are you saying there? And when you are done with all of that, will you do a Geiger counter, the most powerful sensor you can own? Now, that is an interesting one. I was seeing a funny post on YouTube the other day, back to like I think it was the 60s or 70s, where they had this little build your own DIY sort of Geiger counter, and you came with this little piece of radioactive material in a tin, and this was sold to kids back in the 60s or 50s or whenever it was. Just crazy. But yeah, Geiger counter could be a bit of fun. I'd be very interested to know, let's just have a look for entrance, Johnny, if you can buy a Geiger counter sensor. Let's have a look. Let's see here, counter sensor. Let us see if you can actually buy one. Smart Geiger counter. Let's have a look in ESP Home out of interest, if they have anything. Let's just move this so you guys can see what I'm doing a little bit better. There we go. Geiger counter, smart Geiger counter, the world's first spectrum. Let's see if there's anything in ESP Home. Geiger. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything there. Geiger counter, instant radiation detector. There we go. There's one over there. How much does this cost? Wow, they are not cheap. Geiger counter. So that's a fully built sensor that works with with your smartphone. But is no one selling a little sensor on AliExpress or something that would? Oh, there we go. Adafruit Geiger counter radiation sensor. You can buy one. Oh, there we go. Look at that guy. MightyOhm.com Geiger counter version 1.0. So there we go. You can actually buy this little Geiger counter kit, and you can build that up. $99, so reasonably expensive. So what is the sensor that it's actually using over here? This must be the Geiger counter sensor over here. Pretty crazy. Detect particles and make a cool random number generator with this handsome Geiger counter kit. Easy to make pack. Sits Geiger counter included with this kit. Bring it around and listening for ticking sounds near granite countertops. Vintage glow-in-the-dark clocks and watches, old Fiesta ware, chunks of uranium, etc. Wow, interesting. Educational purposes. So yeah, there we go. You can buy them. Pretty cool. So Johnny is saying, yes, of course, I built one. Really? How does it work? What are you testing with it, Johnny? That'd be an interesting one. All right. So we've got welcome to Dutch Taurus. Welcome to hello, ladies and gentlemen, and Johnny. Hi, Simon. Dutch Taurus, welcome back. Great to have you here. Johnny is saying, hey, bull, welcome. All right. Mine is from Japan, uses the pulse counter platform in ESP Home. Ah, okay. Yeah, pulse counting's pretty cool. I was actually looking at pulse counting the other day. The reason I was looking at pulse counting was for a water meter. So if you want to measure the old water meters that are manually read, they have a little magnet inside them that goes round and round, and you can buy a little hall sensor, put the hall sensor near the meter, and then you can read the pulses coming out of that into, obviously there's an ESP Home one, or you can use something like the Shelly Uni Plus, which can count pulses, and there we go. So pretty cool idea, Johnny. Interested to know what you've done, if what you've managed to measure with that. Be pretty cool to see. I don't know if I've got any sources of uranium around here. Granite countertops. My kitchen counts as some sort of stone. I don't know if it's granite. Could be interesting. But yeah, cool idea, Johnny. Thank you for that. Now, anyone else got any interesting things? So I'm going to show you this little sensor up front, a little sneak peek. I'm going to be doing a video on this, but this is my own DIY presence sensor. And I'm really interested to know why not more people are building their own presence sensors. We've got someone else here on the stream, Liquid Hour D&B. Oh, welcome. Oh, Nanand, hey, welcome. Great to have you. Yes, from Ty's community. I was just checking out your cool videos that you're creating. Everyone, this is Liquid Hour D&B. If you're looking some cool beats, music that's been created on YouTube, this is what Nanand has done. He's gone and created this. I think you can tell us about it. I don't know how you create it. I've no idea. I see a lot of these channels popping up, creating music on YouTube. Yeah, it would be fantastic to find out more about that, Nanand. And welcome. Thank you for joining me here today. It's really cool. All right. Johnny's saying current radiation level here is 0.263.99 micro SV per H. Wow, that's quite a serious number there. So, yeah, that's cool. I'm actually quite liking this idea of a radiation counter. I must have that. Johnny is saying, hey, Nand, you see it's a welcoming group here. We've got here, Nanand, almost as good as the school community that we're all part of. Ty's got a fantastic community going there. I had a one-on-one call quite a while back with Ty, and he's a really cool dude, guys. If anyone is interested in starting a YouTube channel, I know Johnny's got a pretty cool YouTube channel. Guys should check it out. And yeah, Ty basically is a YouTube trainer. He's doing some awesome stuff. All right, Liquid Hour is saying, hey, Johnny. And Johnny is saying, micro sievert. Ah, that's the MS, is it? Wow, that's a crazy number. I wonder if there's a way to build your own DIY Geiger counter. Like, what sort of sensor do you actually need? There must be. That'd be cool to find out. I wonder if Ali's got anything. Let's see if we go to AliExpress, if there's any sort of Geiger counter sensors in here. Let's check this out. They must have something. Ali's got everything. GEIGER counter sensor. Oh, Geiger counter, radioactivity. Geiger, oh, come on, go away. Geiger counter. Let's have a look there. Geiger counter DIY kit. That's what we're after. DIY kit. There we go. All right. So they have got a Geiger counter that looks very similar to the one we saw before. DIY's. Look at this. This looks cool. This looks really cool. DIY assembled Geiger counter kit module Miller tube nuclear with sound and light alarm. This thing looks awesome. Look at this. It's even got an ESP32 with a little screen that actually displays the level and everything. Wow. You don't even have to solder the kit up. It's all pre-built for you. Wow, I might just order one of these, Johnny. This looks like it could be a lot of fun. You've now really got me started on something here, Johnny. I wonder how well this works. Let's have a look, see what the reviews are. Interface to Arduino, to power. I wonder if this will work with Home Assistant or if it only works with Arduino. Let's have a look here. I really like this. This is quite cool, I must say. Have we got any? It's always good to look at these things and see if there are any comments, because sometimes these things are junkified, but it looks very interesting. It looks very similar to that other kit we saw here with Adafruit. It looks almost identical, actually. So yeah, based off of that, this is probably going to work. $24 US, 50% off at the moment. It's not bad. Does this kit include the ESP32 radiation kit? Yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm interested to try this out. There's no buyer questions and answers. 98% positive for this heat gun store. We'll have to check that out. That could be a really cool video looking at Geiger counters. I spent my childhood in my grandpa's workshop, so I'm always drawn to DIY stuff. Awesome. Well, it's great to have you on board here, Liquid Hour. I'm so glad I can find people on other channels to join. It is just cool. Yeah, we're all DIY hobbyists and we all love fiddling around with stuff and playing with stuff here. So whereabouts are you from, Liquid? And everyone else on the stream, please just let us know where you're from, what you're interested in, what you're doing. Are you still on holiday? What do you think of CES? Has anyone had a look? I pulled up a listing here of The Verge, okay? Having a look at what's being released at CES this year. Now, first of all, of course, they've got the whole gambit of new vacuum robots, okay? So this one, it looks like, is a step climbing robot. I'm not sure how interesting that. I don't have any steps in my house, so I'm not too worried about that. Cube Dock, Thunderbolt 5. I'm a Windows guy, so I'm not too worried about that. Glucose monitors. Quite amazing with all the medical sensors now that are coming out and the integration into just fantastic what they're doing with people, for example, suffering from any sort of medical issues where you need to be monitoring and sensing stuff. Looks like the old e-ink is getting more and more popular. It looks like they've now released a 40.5-inch version. So I got the 13-inch version of the SwitchBot. That was pretty cool. I'm quite enjoying it. I've got some photos tripping over there. They've just recently allowed that you can integrate with Home Assistant and you can press the button to move it to the next photo. You can load up 10 photos on your picture frame, but as yet you can't actually push an image up from Home Assistant. I'm really hoping that we'll be able to push an image to it soon because, it's a bit boring just being able to change the existing photos that are up there already. So let's hope that changes soon. All right. Johnny is saying that board works similar to mine. The output signal of the Geiger counter circuit board is an interrupt output pulse waveform on the falling edge, effective at a low voltage. Okay. So it is the same thing that's coming out there, Johnny. Well, that is cool. Then I might just push the button on this because it looks like a lot of fun, this little device, I must admit. It really does. Let's just see what else they tell us about it. Okay, so the parameters, starting voltage, 350 volts. Woo! Woo, this is using some serious voltage. Recommended operating voltage 380 volts. So what is powering this device? This is very interesting. What are we powering this with? Let's just have a look here. Interface to Arduino. Okay, so this must be the pulse that's coming out, yeah? With GM tube, 2 power input ports. So what are we needing to power this device? Okay, so we've got, let's have a look here. What actually powers this, Johnny? Because is it just stepping it up? Has it got a step-up transformer that's giving us that 380 volts? Or what is features? It's assembled, package weight, package size. Output counters 25 times a minute. Maximum plateau 80. Man, it's a lot of power. Very interested to know, Johnny, how are you powering this Geiger tube? Very interested to know. Okay. I hear you get free stuff if you actually make videos. Yes, that's right, Johnny. Crazy, isn't it? People want to send you free stuff when you make videos. All right. Liquid is saying, I need to go. It's Orthodox Christmas Eve here in Serbia. See you guys around. Awesome. Well, enjoy your Christmas Eve there, Liquid. It's been great to have you on board the live stream and look forward to chatting again. And thanks for joining in. Okay. Welcome, Rep Boogie. Great to have you here. Rep is saying, cheers, Liquid DB Hour. What is unorthodox Christmas? Yep, I'm sorry, I don't know either. I'm sure Liquid can tell us on the next live stream when he's... Oh, I'm missing out on all the chat here. Sorry, guys. Don't touch it while it's powered on. No, you certainly wouldn't want to. 380 volts. Now, how do you get that 380 volts? Okay. So it steps it up. Okay, so... it steps it up. You just apply 5 volts. Oh, that's good. Oh, Hill, welcome. Oh, fantastic, mate. Great to have you. 380 volts, buzz. Yeah, that is crazy. Great to have Hill Phantom on the live stream here as well. Another one of my channel members. Awesome, Hill. Johnny is saying welcome as well, Hill. So cool to see you, man. I was really enjoyed seeing your stories. Hill's just come back from China. Looks like you had a fantastic time over there, Hill. You must tell us a bit about what went on there. Sounds like a fantastic time. Okay. Rep Boogie is saying, Liquid makes sense. I'm fascinated by other cultures' celebrations more than our own. Great. Well, hopefully he can tell us on the next stream how it went and what it is all about, Rep. Okay. Donald is on board as well. Welcome, everyone from Central Florida, USA. Donald with his awesome V8 supercar there. That's fantastic. What a classic. And Johnny is saying hi, Florida. Rep Boogie is saying hi. Hill Phantom is saying, hey, Johnny, how are you doing? Hill Phantom is saying, #hope. Yep, totally. Looking forward to a new year, guys. I think we're going to have some cool stuff happening this year. But anyway, so yeah, Hill, we were just talking about this cool thing. And yeah, I might just be tempted to buy one of these kits because this looks like a lot of fun trying to measure a little bit of DIY nuclear radiation. Yep, should be a cool... Man, there's even a cheaper one. The more you look on Ali, the cheaper they get. $16. Wow, that's pretty good. So they pretty, and it looks like they're all the same kit. So I can't imagine there would be any difference between this one and the other one, and yet this one is half the price. Now it's even more tempting to buy this little device. Wow, you've started me off on a great thing here, Johnny. That is a really cool kit, I must say. Yeah, still on my Christmas vacation. Me too, Johnny. I am back on Monday the 12th, but I've been having a fantastic holiday. So great. Next step is to build a nuclear reactor. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard that story of a guy that actually built a nuclear reactor in his back garden. It's a pretty crazy story if you check it out on the internet. Pretty scary, but this guy did. what he did is he bought all of these. He found a company that basically had all these old scrapped smoke detectors. Apparently, in the old smoke detectors, they had a little radioactive component inside there, and he bought like hundreds of these things. Took out the radioactive pieces and built basically a radioactive nuclear reactor. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Rep Boogie is saying, I can feel exciting yet for smart tech is coming. Me too, Rep. I'm really interested to hear what you would like for this year to bring in the way of smart home tech. As I was saying, I was looking there just now at CES. We'll have a look just now as well. But very interested to see what you're hoping for and what you think is cool and what's going to be coming. Yes, it sounds crazy and scary. Yeah, it is. It's a crazy story. You should listen up. All right. AI fusing with IoT, what could really go wrong? Yeah, I know, Hill. Yeah, AI, yeah. Let's see what it's going to bring, man. But you were telling me, Hill, that you're running your own AI, local AI, which sounds pretty cool. I've just ordered myself a new PC for running my channel on, and my other PC I'm thinking of effectively loading up as a local AI. So yeah, any suggestions, guys, as to how I do that would be fantastic, because yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying to do a bit of local AI. All right, Tom Jacobs. Hi, Simon and Chad. Isn't that old smoke detectors a young Sheldon? Yeah, that's exactly the one. Young Sheldon, yeah. That's the one, Tom. Yeah, crazy, eh? What a story, man. Can you imagine doing that, eh? So, yeah, it's a fascinating story, eh? So anyway, let's have a look here at these things that are coming up with CES. So Roborock finally adds a roller mop. Okay, well, that's not too exciting, is it? Then we've got Roborock launching a new robotic mower. Looks very similar to some of the other robotic mowers. I wonder if they've just gone and skinned it from another company and instead of developing their own one. Looks almost identical. These robot mowers are pretty much all adopting this same look and feel, aren't they, guys? Okay. Another robot, yeah, with another steer capability. I think people seem to be pretty bored with robot vacuums, to tell the truth. Just whenever I put a robot vacuum up, no one's really interested in them. So I think they've sort of got pretty good and people are not too worried about them anymore. Okay, there's a new laptop with a fold-out screen. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be rushing out to buy that. So lots of laptops popping up. What else do we have here? A power bank. Okay. A new pool robot. Okay, so pool robots, robot mowers, robot. And then we've got the old AI pets. I see that companion robots and pets. I had a crazy email come into my inbox the other day with someone offering me to send me an AI companion. It's like this little screen with this person that talks to you, and you touch the screen to make them happy or whatever. Pretty crazy, all of this AI. As you're saying, Hill, when is it all going to end, man? I just don't know. Hill is saying that I'm going to make you install Docker on that machine. You are. I'm not going to do it on the new machine. The new machine is going as my streaming and video creations machine. It'll be my old machine that is going to work with Docker. Do you know if I can install Proxmox? Because I've really installed Proxmox once, and that went pretty well. Would it work with Proxmox, or do I need some other sort of a Docker installation there? Hill? Johnny is saying, I bought a Motion Luba Mini. Now those look pretty cool. So there's a guy here in New Zealand that's selling those Momotions. Momotion Luba. Yeah, they are, here we go, the Luba 2. These look pretty awesome. Yeah, I must admit, they do look like probably the best. I've looked at some of the videos that this guy's creating, and man, these things look totally amazing. It looks like they can go into pretty steep hills, but also really rough and tough grass, and they do really well. So interesting, great. It'd be awesome to hear how it's working for you, Johnny. Okay. Hill is saying you could contain it in Proxmox. Good, because I have figured out Proxmox. I've got it running a little mini PC there, and my thoughts are, once my new PC arrives, to take my new PC, set that up as my video creation and streaming platform, and then take my old one, which is obviously not quite as powerful, but it does have, it's about a 3-year-old. It's running an AMD processor. It's got a dedicated graphics card, 32 gigs of RAM. So I'm hoping it will be able to run some local AI, but let's check. Takes about 20 hours to mow my lawn. Has a 3D camera to avoid obstacles, so has a headlight. Looks fun running in the dark. Man, that must look really cool. A little going around with a little torch at night. 20 hours. Wow, you must have a big property there, Johnny. That is a long time to be mowing it. I'm sure you're glad you don't have to be out there for 20 hours in the dark mowing it anymore. By the way, I'm impressed with Prox Mini. You are sandbagging me. Your old system admin, I think. Yeah. I know we were having a long chat about home labbing last time that I had you on the live stream there, Hill. And yeah, it's something I'm slowly warming up to. I'm not a networking guy. I'm more of a home automation guy, but I am slowly working on it. And I really do like the idea of trying to create a local AI to do a few things around home. Interesting enough, a friend of mine runs a local AI, and he did some work for me the other day in getting this little guy to work. My airflow monitor, we just did a bit of a conversion from kilometers hour to meter cube per hour for the airflow in my ventilation system. And yeah, that was done on the local AI, and it worked amazing. Okay. He's saying, no, it spends most of the time recharging the battery. Yeah, I'm sure. 20 hours. What is the total length of that thing? I mean, it does go out for about a couple of hours at a time. Yeah, it'd be interesting to know. But anyway, I thought I'd show you this little millimeter wave sensor that I've built, which has been working for a while now. And I know Hill's done one of these, and he's seemed to work out pretty well. But here is mine. So if we have a look at it, we've got our ESP32 sitting in there. I really like this case. I didn't design this case, printed it, but I didn't design it. And what's quite cool is the LD2450 just slides in at the top there. So nothing has to be stuck or anything. This just clips in the millimeter wave, and the cable just connects up like that, and it works pretty awesome. I am really impressed with it. I mean, this would cost you, to get the parts for this device, less than $15. And, well, you've got, as far as I'm concerned, pretty much as good as any of the ones that you can buy for, what are they, $60, $100 to buy. So, yeah, works great. Donald is saying, my wife has a robo mower. She just brings out water to cool it off. It's me. The sun will kill you. Yeah, exactly. Rep Boogie is saying, ha ha ha, you like that one, Rep. All right. What is Hill saying? Hill is saying, looks really cool, well done. It tells me if I'm dead or not. Lol. I'm sure you need that after all your snowboarding there, Hill. It looks, man, I'm jealous of you. It looks like you live in a fantastic part of the world there, and all that action cam stuff, man. It looks absolutely amazing. So yeah, I will be creating a video on this soon, but it's been actually a really simple project. Got it running in ESP Home pretty much first time. I came up with one problem with reflashing old ESP32s where they don't actually fully flash. They retain some of the old information inside of them. So that's one of the things that I'm going to discuss in this ESP Home video is some of the things that you might come up with as issues when you start playing around with ESP Home and with the flashing of these devices. Another thing I bought recently is a little tiny, absolutely tiny, what is this? A little rotor. a little rotary, what do you call these things? I can't remember what these are called. Used to use them in radio controlled gliders. Anyway, I'm going to do a tutorial as well on one of these with an ESP32 and ESP Home, playing around with a, what are these things called? I honestly can't remember. But anyway, lots of new projects coming up with ESP Home, because I'm sensing people have a lot of interest in ESP Home, and it seems to me a lot of people don't really, are a little bit afraid to get into ESP Home. Okay. Red Boogie is saying pot. Not sure what that pot, servo. There we go, Dutch. That is the word that I was looking for. This is a servo. So I'm quite keen to play with servos. I see you can connect them directly into an ESP32, and they will be able to control things, and then you can start 3D printing little things that are going to move and everything. So yeah, it looks like another cool project. I quite like these. They come with the little cable and the plug on it and everything, so you can easily just connect this up to your ESP32. So yeah, it's, for me, it's just an unbelievably fun thing, is building DIY stuff. I have an interest in ESP Home for sure. Oh, awesome, Rep. Have you built anything in ESP Home yet? I'd be really interested to know. I'm looking at all sorts of ideas. I like Johnny's idea of the Geiger counter. Any other ideas? Always interested to hear what you guys think would be a cool project for ESP Home. Hill is saying ESPs, he loves them, but are picky buggers at times. Yeah, I know, exactly. They can be picky, as I defined when I was trying to flash it, and then it was an old one that I'd done another project with, and it was hanging on to that old information. And yeah, it didn't want to actually work. Eventually, I had to go back to the old one, and I got it working. Another little thing I've got here is one of these. I don't know if you've seen these guys. This is an L-Crow screen. It's got an ESP32S3 inside here. I'm currently trying to get this guy working, but I've managed to flash it with some code that I found on the internet. The code flashed up, but it's not displaying anything on the screen. So I'm hoping to get a bit of help with that. If anyone's played with these, let me know. Quite a nice little project just to have a display screen, it's touch screen and everything. So it could be some cool stuff that could be done with that. What else am I doing with ESP Home? There are some other projects. Off the top of my head, I can't remember which other ones I'm looking at the moment. But yeah, always good to hear what you guys are thinking of doing with you. Oh, this is another project. So a while back I did, well, not long, a couple of days back, a week ago, I did a video on the new air quality sensor from Alpstuga from IKEA. It's a $30 air quality sensor doing ppm, CO2, etc. And it's going for $30, crazy cheap. Now, one of the problems is that the time doesn't come up. You've got to manually set the time whenever you unplug it. So someone has done a little workaround, an add-on that you can download from Hex. And yeah, I've downloaded it, but I can't seem to get it working for some reason or other. So yeah, if anyone has got an Alpstuga and you manage to get that time thing working, please let me know, because I'm really keen to share that information, a short video showing other people how to do it, because I couldn't get it working. I'll show you the, is it under there? No, it's not. I'll have to, yeah, I'll share it as a link on my, as a link on a post on my YouTube channel. And if anyone's got any ideas about where I'm going wrong, please let me know, because I would like to do a video updating that and showing you guys all about that. All right, so what else is happening? Are there any other cool things at CES? Let's just have a look at the CES story. Okay, AI pets. Don't know if you guys are interested in those. NVIDIA, it looks like they've made some big announcements, several products. They're always a big speaker at CES, so they've just launched the RTX 50 series. I hate to think what prices these things are going at, because I know at the moment RAM prices are just going up that crazy. That's why I bought a PC, because I knew the prices. It went up 10% overnight since I bought my PC. Then we've got this little robot thing. What do you guys think of robots? Where is this going? This is a SwitchBot robot that they're looking at. So interesting. Interested to see what you guys think about robots. Is this the future? Where are we going? What are they good for? What are they not good for? All of the rest. Okay. What else have we got here? A solar-powered trailer, RV. That's quite cool. Charge your truck after you've been towing it. Wi-Fi 8 is appearing. Most of us have not switched to 7. Yep, that's very true. I'm still on 6. Seems to be working fine for me. Not sure what Wi-Fi 8 is going to bring. So it seems that, yeah, there's a lot of robot stuff there. Yep, so that's what the Verge is bringing us. Let us know, guys, if you've seen anything cool. So Hill's digging into mesh testing. That's an interesting one. MQTT sensor entities within Home Assistant. Have you played with that at all, Simon? No, I haven't, Hill. I was actually just thinking about that. Now, what I did play with it is similar. Is I did get some LoRa gateways, 2 LoRa gateways, and that works, I think, with, no, that isn't your MQTT, but a LoRa gateway you can connect sensors to on the one side, communicate via LoRa back to the other side and bring that into Home Assistant. That worked really cool. I do have a video showing those, but no, I haven't tried LoRa. Have you tried it yet, Hill? Johnny's saying a friend of mine has ordered the Neo AR robot. Oh, wow, that's interesting, Johnny. Well, I would be really interested to hear what they're going to think of that. So the Neo is the one, this one over here, guys. I'll show you quickly for anyone that hasn't checked out the Neo. The Neo robot is basically a home robot, which there was a video that basically showed this guy. And basically this video, this robot, what it is apparently, so they've got the hardware there to move around your house, but they don't have the software working yet. So what they're doing is that someone back at the head office is basically looking through the camera of the eyes and is then controlling this robot moving around your house. So, I don't know. I don't think I would have invested in that. But anyway, I'm very interested to know, Johnny, what your friend thinks of that. I will be fascinated to hear when he receives it and what he thinks. Okay. Donald is saying robots. One of the politicians wants to incorporate a robot tax if it replaces a human being. Yeah, because they'll be missing out on taxes. Yeah, isn't that true? Rep is saying, no doubt, in the UK, they are getting free homes and spending money. Yeah, well, I mean, if robots going to take over our jobs there, we might need that. Hey, universal income. Wait and see. Yeah, wow, isn't that crazy, eh? So, Rep, yeah, check that one out, the Neo robot. But yeah, that's what I heard was that they made this big story about it, and then pretty much everyone's checking this out, and yeah, it's basically just controlled by someone. He has more money than brains. Okay, yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I think that thing is 150,000 or something, isn't it? It's crazy money for someone controlling a robot around your house, looking at what you're doing, all of the rest. So yeah, pretty interesting, isn't it? Yeah. Awesome, guys. And yeah, anything else that you'd like to chat about today, guys? I'm pretty much just on a mission at the moment with ESP Home. That is my, yeah, Rep is saying, that's crazy to me. It's crazy to me as well, mate. I certainly wouldn't be putting a robot like that in my house at the moment, but yeah, we'll see. Hill is saying, I can't even drink with you. Yeah, exactly. Imagine that. We definitely need to get together sometime, Hill. I would love to have a drink with you, mate. That would be a lot of fun. I think we would have heaps of fun. Aren't we trying to get more privacy? Yeah, exactly. And then we put a robot in our house with cameras watching our every move. Yeah, I know, it is a crack up, isn't it? Just crazy, crazy, crazy. But anyway, getting back to this ESP Home stuff, ESP Home, yeah, it looks like there's lots happening on ESP Home at the moment. If you look at the sensors, what I was interested to see was that pulse. Let's see the pulse thing that Johnny was talking about. Pulse count sensor. There we go. Is it the counter sensor or the meter sensor? I think it's the counter. Pulse counter. So basically you're just taking a pin and you're counting the pulses that come through on that. Units of power or whatever it is that you're counting. And then you're going to convert that using a calculation of some type. Now, I discovered something really useful the other day, and you guys probably know this, but it's the first time I actually managed to work this out. And what it was how to do a calculation on data that you've got pulling in from a sensor. So I'll show you quickly if anyone's interested. It was the first time that I'd ever worked this out. So what I was doing, I was bringing that sensor in from the airflow movement sensor. And then what I did was I wanted to convert it to meter cubes per hour. So I went into, so I didn't realize, but this is where you actually do it. You do it in your configuration file. Where's my configuration file? There we go, configuration.yaml. So basically what you do is you paste in here a sensor with a platform being template. Then you name the sensor. So it's flow in meter cube per hour. Give it a friendly name and the unit of measure. And then you put in the template, which is basically taking the state of the airflow sensor, which is in velocity, kilometers per hour, and then you're multiplying it by a float of 11.3097. So this is a really useful thing, is creating a new sensor with an old sensor value and doing a calculation. Now, most of you guys probably know about how to do this, but for me, it was a big thing that I had learned. Okay, Johnny's saying $499 a month or 20,000 one-time payment. Okay, cheaper than 150, but still a lot of money, isn't it? Hills is saying, holy smokes. Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of money. Hey, Phil. Johnny's saying, indeed. Double take, Rep Boogie. You did say count, though. Yeah, it is. Johnny is saying, is he a cool dude? I would be wild if I had big bucks. Yeah, me too. Luckily I didn't, eh? Lol, he does have some cool stuff. Yeah, I can only imagine. If he's into tech and he's got that sort of money, it must be crazy, the sort of stuff that he is getting up to. I would, yeah. I don't know what you guys would buy if you had heaps of money, but yeah. Robots, certainly, I don't know. That robot, that home robot is just, it's weird as, I mean, I think there's a lot of cooler robots that you could buy with your money than that one, because, I don't know, he's in sort of this fabrics, like, wrapped stuff. I don't know, it's just weird. You know, if you look at the videos of, I don't know if you guys have seen the videos on this website, but this guy, old Neo, floating around the house, look here. That's what he looks like. There he is. Look at him. This is what he does, putting away the dishes. So he takes that cup. But this is not automated. The only thing he does automated, apparently, is going to the front door and opening the front door. So that might give your guests a bit of a surprise. So this lady's not expecting him. He's already there at the door. So, yeah, just crazy. And then, yeah, they're showing that he's able to put laundry into your washing machine and all of these funny sort of things. Laundry, there he is. What else have we got? Organize the hall entryway. Okay. So this is obviously the view that's being seen by this poor person that's controlling him all day. Can you imagine controlling someone's house robot all day? I mean, cleaning the bathroom. Oh, my goodness. This is quite funny, isn't it? I mean, imagine having a robot in your bathroom and he's following you around. Cleaning the kitchen. Yeah, did you see the pictures? He's not very good with those hands of his. He's making a bit of a mess of things, I think. But anyway, that's the crazy guy that you can spend money on if you're a rich dude. Robots in a weird place. They are creepy. Yeah, that one certainly is creepy. That is for sure. Didn't he have a demonstration of loading the dishwasher taking 2 hours? Yep, exactly, Tom. he was trying to get that plate into the dishwasher and he absolutely struggled. And that was like someone driving him. There wasn't anyone, an automated robot flow. It's weird enough taking AI on at my desk, but to lurch the robot, not for me yet. Yeah, I agree, Rep. It wouldn't be coming into my house either. But anyway, guys, I'm going to have to call it a day for now. It's quite tiring doing the live streams. I absolutely love them, but unfortunately, an hour is about as much as I can do. It's been really great catching up to everyone again today. I really look forward to doing a live stream again soon with everyone. Robot hand you toilet paper and flushes for you. No thanks. Yeah, exactly, Donald. I mean, what the heck? And that's someone driving it. They're watching you on the toilet. Why would you? But anyway, guys, it's been fantastic catching up again. I always enjoy it. Live streams are my absolute best. And luckily, the PC hasn't crashed. I think I managed to fix it. I didn't realize that when they say reset your RAM, you have to do it a few times. I did it once and didn't work. Second time around, it did the trick. So yeah, I've learned something about PCs, that is for sure. Rep Boogie is saying he's going to give ESP Home some thought. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, please do, Rep. I've got a whole series. I've created an education channel on my YouTube, which has got all the ESP Home projects that I've done in it there. So you can have a look through there. Goes really basic through the step-by-step. Literally, to get started, all you need is one of these ESP32 devices. They cost you a couple of dollars, and you need a USB cable, and that's all you need to start. And then you can start with relays, you can start with sensors. There's so much you can do with ESP Home. So please let me know how you get on. But guys, great chatting again. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.